this says factoring perfect cubes and grouping, but we already did perfect cubes. So that's on the last lesson that we did. That's our a plus b and then a squared minus ab plus b squared, that sort of thing. There was one yesterday. A lot of you missed it. You took out the GCF and then just said, can't do any more. You missed it. It was a perfect cube. I think it was this one. Something like y to the 6th minus 8x cubed. And you were like, okay, that's done. Guys, what times what gives you y to the 6th? Y squared. What times what gives you 8x cubed? 2x, and then there's your cubes. You just write the pattern out. Lots of you missed that one. It was like this, like one of the versions was like -3 y to the 6th plus 24 x to the 3rd. So a lot of you took out the GCF, -3, and then you were left with y to the 6th minus 8x cubed. And you said, that's it, I can't do anything else. Two terms. When we have two terms, we ask ourselves the question, can we go further? Is this the difference of perfect squares? No. Is this the sum or difference of perfect cubes? Yes. What times what gives you y to the 6th? Y squared. What times what gives you 8x cubed? 2x. So this would be -3 times, what's my first parenthesis look like? Y squared minus 2x. Yep, German, you got this one right. Go ahead. Then what? Y to the 4th. Now what? Plus 2xy squared, or y squared x, plus 4x squared. Guys, you're not going to get questions. You are not going to get questions on a quiz that's like, factor this. You're going to have to think. This is regular Algebra 1. This is regular Algebra 2. We're in Algebra 2 honors. You're going to get factor completely. That means there's a million different things you could or possibly have to do. You have to know when you are going to stop. You have to know when you can't go anymore. And that, I told your parents last night, that's fluency. That's practicing and practicing and practicing and practicing. If you took Algebra 1 honors here, we would do factoring for probably 5 or 6 weeks. If you did not take it here and you came from another school, maybe you didn't practice it as much. So you need to go on, watch my videos from previous years. Google, search Khan Academy for factoring practice, because factoring is going to be embedded in every single thing we do. When we talk about parabolas and conics and stuff like that, factoring is involved in it. You have to know how to do it, so it's important. All right, let's talk about what grouping is. The first thing we need to understand is grouping only occurs when we have how many terms? 4 terms. All right, so when we go to factor completely, you first take out the GCF, and then you look at what you have. If you have 2 terms, then there's different situations that could arise. If you have 3 terms, there's different situations that could arise. If you have 4 terms, there's only one situation that could arise. And what is the only way that you can factor if you have 4 terms? By grouping. All right, you're going to factor out the GCF of each group. All right, you'll put them in pairs. I'll show you how to do it. It should be a review. We've seen it before. It's good. If not, we're going to learn real quick here. So if we have an example, the first thing we look for is always the what? GCF. Is there a number and or letter that all 4 of these have in common? No. So since there is 4 terms, we're going to group. So I'm going to group the first 2, and I'm going to group the second 2. Notice, guys, right here, that I kept that sign with that 3rd term. Very important, because if it's a minus, that minus sign needs to stick there. But you group the first 2 and the second 2. And now all we're going to do is take the GCF of each group. If I look at this first group right here, my first parenthesis, what do they have in common? Not a 2. What do they have in common? An x squared. So I'm going to take out that x squared. Look, when I factor out the x squared, what do I have left? What's x cubed divided by x squared? X cubed divided by x squared? X minus, what's x squared divided by x squared? 1, okay? So now I'm going to do the exact same thing. Look at this section. Between positive 2x and a negative 2, what do they have in common? Okay, it's a positive 2 I'm taking out. So when I divide out a 2, what's 2 divided by 2? Not 1. 2 divided by 2 is going to give me 1, what? 1x. And then here I have negative 2 divided by 2 is negative 1. What do you guys notice right here? It's the same. How many terms do we have here? There's one term here. There's one term here. So you just take the GCF again. What do they have in common? What's the parenthesis that you see twice? X minus 1. We take it out in front. We write it one time. And now it's gone. And our leftovers get their own parenthesis. So what am I left with? X squared plus 2. Now, after tomorrow, when you get to this step, you have to then say, okay, I have 2 terms left. Is this the difference of squares? No. Is this the difference or sum of cubes? No. So then you're done. I don't believe today has any factoring further than just the grouping. But after that, you have to continue to break things down until they are prime, until they're not factorable anymore. And again, that just comes with practice. All right, so let's look at this first example. Is there a letter and or number that all 4 terms have in common? No? Okay, so how do we group? When you're grouping, how do you group? Which 2 with which 2? First 2 and the second 2. Keep that sign with that third term. So I look at just the first parenthesis. What letter and or number do they both have in common? A 2. X squared. Good. We always want to take out the greatest common factor, not just a common factor. So if I divide out a 2x squared here, what am I left with? What's 8 divided by 2? 4. What's x to the 5th divided by x squared? X cubed. Okay. Now I look at my second term. Negative 6 divided by 2 is negative 3. What's x squared divided by x squared? It cancels. Okay. What is, when I pull out the next common factor, what should my parenthesis look like? The same, right? That should be a clue that you guys get the greatest common factor and that we get everything out that we need to. But when I look at 12, x cubed, and a negative 9, what do they have in common? A 3. What kind of a 3? What are we leading with right here? Positives. Whatever you're leading with is what you take out. If you take out a negative, it's going to change this sign here. You don't want to do that. So they both have a positive 3 you're going to take out when I divide here and here. What's 12 divided by 3? So I have 4, and I'm left with x cubed. What's negative 9 divided by 3? What do we notice about this parenthesis and this parenthesis? They are the same. So we're going to take it and write it one time out in front because that's our new GCF. When you take the GCF out, you only write it once. And then I'm going to cross it. It's not there anymore. I moved it. It's still in my problem. I just moved it to the front. And then what happens with our leftovers? What did we do in the last problem with our leftovers? They got their own parenthesis. 2x squared plus 3. And we get in the habit of asking ourselves, okay, with what I have left, I have 2 terms. Is it difference of squares? No. Is it sum and difference of cubes? No. So you know you're done. Grouping's pretty straightforward. First thing we ask for every single time that we factor is GCF, right? There's no GCF. So how many terms do I have? How many terms are here? There's 4. There's 4, guys. Terms are separated by plus and minus sign. You have to ask yourself the same questions every single time so you guys get in the habit. When I have 4 terms, I'm going to group the first 2 and I group the second 2. Notice that I kept this negative sign with that term. So I look at this first parenthesis. What do they have in common? X squared. So I'm going to factor out the x squared. X cubed divided by x squared is x. X squared divided by x squared is plus 1, right? All right, look at the next. If we're leading with a negative, we want to factor out a negative. You always want to do that, especially with grouping. What do they have in common here? Negative 5x and a negative 5. A negative 5. Guys, watch why we have to take out that negative. What's a negative 5 divided by negative 5? Positive 1. What's a negative 5 divided by a negative 5 here? positive 1. If you guys don't take that negative out, these two parentheses won't be the same. Then you didn't factor it completely. So now that we have two parentheses that are exactly the same, that's our new GCF. So how many times do I write that new GCF out in front? 1 time. And then what happens to my leftovers? They get their own parentheses. Good. Is that the difference of squares? Nope. Is that the sum or difference of cubes? Nope. Okay. If it was x squared minus 4, would you guys circle it and say I'm done? No, we would then break it down, x plus 2x minus 2. We've got to always continue to factor. All right, look at the next one. GCF. Is there a 5 in all 4 of them? It's got to be in all of them. All right, so since there's not a GCF, I'm going to say, okay, how many terms do I have? 4. How do we go about factoring when we have 4 terms? We group, okay? So group the first 2 and the second 2. Notice I kept that negative there. When I look at this parenthesis, the first one, what do we have in common with x cubed and 5x squared?
X squared.
X squared, good. Write it underneath if you need to. What's x cubed divided by x squared? X. What's 5x squared divided by x squared? Plus 5. All right, go to the second one. I'm leading with a negative. What should I take out? Negative 5. Negative 5. When I divide this by negative 5, what's negative 5 divided by negative 5? X. What's negative 25 divided by negative 5? Plus 5. Do you have two parentheses that are exactly the same? Yes. So what do? X plus 5 out in front. And then what do I do with my leftovers? X minus 5.
What if the 25 were positive? What would you do then?
It wouldn't factor. Good question. All right. GCF. Do all 4 of them have something in common? No. So since I have 4 terms and there's no GCF, I'm just going to group the first 2 and the second 2. Make sure that negative right there stays with that. So when you factor everything out completely, you end up having the same parentheses. What can I take out of 3x cubed and a positive x squared? X squared. Okay, so when we factor out x squared, what's 3x cubed divided by x squared? 3x, okay. And then what's x squared divided by x squared? So plus 1, all right. What do I take out of negative 15x and a negative 5? Negative 5, good. So negative 5, negative 5. What's negative 15 divided by negative 5? 3x. What's negative 5 divided by negative 5? Plus 1. Good job, guys. What do we notice? Do I have the same parenthesis 2 times? Yeah, that's your new GCF. So write it out in front 1 time. And then what happens with my leftovers? They get their own parenthesis. And we ask ourselves, with what I have left over, difference of squares? No. Sum or difference of cubes? No. So you're done.